Hey everyone, my name is Sloan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of a plant haul and showcasing all of the plants that I've purchased recently, and everything that I'm going to show you today are plants that I bought in August, and it's now like the middle of September, and I bought nothing in September. August was a huge month for me, so I'm going to slow down for a while now, I think, but all of the plants that I'm going to show you are kind of a mixture of some uncommon plants, some like regular plants, and they're all plants that I either have wanted for a really, really long time or realized that I really want when I saw them. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, so the first plant that I'm going to showcase is this Ficus Tineke. Oh my goodness. Look at how beautiful that is. I had been wanting a Ficus Tineke for a really long time to go next to this Ficus Audrey. So I was looking for something that was a very specific size just to look nice over on that little dresser, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's from Renovation Jungle, which is a cute little plant store in Des Moines, and it's one of my favorite plant stores. I should really do a plant shopping video there soon. Alright, the next plant that I have to show is also from Renovation Jungle, and it's also one that I purchased to kind of match a plant that I already have. I have a red Maranta, and I just thought that a lemon lime would look so cute right next to it. And just, it's so beautiful. So, also from Renovation Jungle, and just the most gorgeous leaves. So, very excited about this one. This one here is my last plant that I got from Renovation Jungle on that trip that I took, and it is a black ninja alocasia. And the camera really does not do this one justice. The veining is sparkly. That's what really drew me to this. It was 100% an impulse purchase, but I don't own an alocasia. I thought it'd be fun to start with one. It's already got a new little leaf coming out right there, and I also think it's sport variegated. So you can see there's two different colors here. It's like the dark green and the light green. And more of the leaves kind of did have that sport variegation, but as you can see, I'm losing some of them. I'm still learning alocasia care. I think I let it dry out a bit too much. Regardless, I think it's really, really gorgeous. And I do know that though a few of the leaves do appear to be sport variegated, my understanding with alocasia is that sport variegation doesn't usually stay around. So I'm not expecting that to stay, but regardless, it's a gorgeous plant, and I'm very excited to learn more about alocasia. Here we have an Albo Syngonium. It is in a blue solo cup in here, and I just stuck it in this pot. I am pretty excited about this. I've seen some people have these, and I just love that the variegation is so different on every leaf. So here's just a few examples. This one I let dry out a bit too much as well. Okay, are we seeing a theme here? So yeah, that's what some of this yellowing is. Look at how pretty the variegation on this one is. But yeah, yellowing leaves can happen both from under and overwatering, and I have experienced now the underwatering side. Oh well, it'll be fine. I think it's probably going to be ready to actually be potted in this pot pretty soon, and that should be pretty fun. But yeah, and this was the first plant that I have purchased from a random person online. I bought it from someone on Facebook Marketplace, or not Facebook Marketplace, just a Facebook plant group, and we met at a grocery store parking lot and exchanged plant for money. So yeah, that was my first experience doing that. It was quite the experience. I probably would do it again, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only way. I've only seen these for sale at Ted Lair in person. You can watch my Ted Lair shopping video, and they were very expensive. So highly recommend buying plants online from random people on the internet to get a deal for sure. But you know, you have to meet a random person on the internet. But this is not the only plant in this haul that I purchased from a random person on the internet, so keep watching. Next up we have this Ficus Triangularis. This has been on my wish list for a long time, and I bought this from Ted Lair, and if you remember that video, you're probably like, wow, it's lost a lot of leaves, and yes, it has. I consider myself very good with Ficus. I usually don't have issues with them dropping leaves, but my gosh, did this one just drop a ton of stuff. I'm honestly shocked. it still has as many as it does. And I've read a little bit about this plant, and I think they just tend to drop leaves, but it seems to be fine now. I also have read that I think it likes a bit more water than most ficuses, so I have to keep up with watering it a bit more regularly, but it's so pretty, and it grows into a giant tree just like most ficus varieties do, which I think is fun. And I really want a non-variegated Ficus Triangularis, so now that's on my wish list. I've never seen one of those in person, but we'll wait. And look, this leaf is just all white. Look how cool that is. I'm shocked that one hasn't fallen off, frankly. But yeah, I have kept it in an east-facing window next to my coffee maker because I'm hoping that like the steam from when we make coffee will help it with humidity, because I've also read that it likes more humidity than some other ficus varieties. But I haven't found a lot of information on this guy on the internet. I found some information, but it's not like definitive information, you know, like for prayer plants. You can find tons of people talking about prayer plants and know exactly what they need. I found like a few videos on this, and everybody has like a different opinion on them. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And maybe one day, once I like completely understand the care for this guy, I'll do a care video, but I need to understand it first a bit more. All right, so now we're getting into more of the plants that I bought from random people on the internet. So somebody on one of my Facebook groups did like, I don't know what you would call it exactly. It was a plant purge, but she would like list plants on Facebook in the comments of her post, and then like whoever commented first sold would get it. So it was really fun. It was kind of dangerous because like you really had to know what plants you wanted, because you could easily be like, that's a great deal, and bid on something that you didn't actually want. But it was really fun. She did it for 3 days. I bought a ton of cuttings, so I'll show you what some of those are. And yeah, she's doing another one soon, so I probably won't buy anything on that one because I got so much this time. But they are really fun just to kind of watch and see what pops up too. But this is a Syngonium Frosted Heart. This is one that I saw at Ted Lair and fell in love with it. But it was a little too pricey, so this was more, you know, a price that I could pay. It's already got a little root right there coming in, and yeah, so this is the same plant, same variety as the Albo Syngonium that I just showed a couple plants back, and I just feel like it looks totally different. Like, what a gorgeous and beautiful leaf. This is another plant that I bought from the same person on Facebook, and this is a Philodendron Painted Lady. I fell in love with this plant at Ted Lair as well when I saw it in person, and again, it was like very much out of my price range. And this one is rooting in sphagnum moss. This is my first time doing anything with sphagnum moss, so I don't know. I just have to water it probably once a week. Hasn't been too bad really. And usually painted ladies have a lot of yellow variegation. This one obviously doesn't. I'm hoping that the next leaf it puts out will have a bit more yellow. I have read that for this plant, the variegation is linked to how much sunlight it gets. So I'm going to put it here in my office where it's a sunroom, so I have tons of light. And I'm hoping that the new leaves have more variegation, but if they don't, this wasn't expensive, so it'll be fine. And I will put pictures, I forgot to mention this with the Frosted Heart, but I will make sure to put pictures of like what the beautiful full adult plant could potentially look like. Yeah, for all of these, because I bought quite a few cuttings. You're going to see more cuttings from me. This little leaf right here is a Philodendron Splendid. It's a cross between a Melanochrysum and a Verrucosum, I think. And again, the camera is really not doing it justice, but there is just this beautiful sheen on the leaf that is gorgeous. There's no other way to put it. And this one also already has little roots put in. Almost all of the plants, the cuttings that I bought, had roots within a week, which is pretty awesome. And this one also has a little leaf just poking through there. So yeah, I wanted to try a more uncommon philodendron and one that would get like pretty big leaves, and I didn't really know which one I wanted, but this was a really good deal, and I looked up pictures of what it looks like bigger, and they're just beautiful. So I think it'll be a fun little experiment to see how it grows in my home. This one here is a Philodendron Cream Splash. which is really similar to a Philodendron Brazil, but it's got this beautiful cream color. And oh my gosh, does it have roots for days. Maybe, yeah, now you can really see it. She told me when I purchased this that it had a lot of roots, but like, that's a lot of roots. So this one's going to be potted up like right after this video. And yeah, I'm really hoping that it will actually put out some leaves once I get it potted up. Like, I don't know, I usually don't leave my cuttings for this long, so I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm like slightly concerned, not that concerned, but just a little bit concerned that, you know, it has so many roots. I don't know how the transition to soil will really be, but yeah, beautiful. I got a great deal on this. I've never seen these in person before. This one was definitely an impulse purchase. Like, she popped up, it was really cheap, and I was like, why not? So yeah, but I'm excited to see it grow for sure. In this little takeout container is a little Philodendron Brandtianum node. And again, I'm definitely going to show you a picture of this one because you can't tell at all what the plant is going to look like. But yeah, it's just this little stick. This was $1. I wanted to try my hand at propagating, sorry for all the plastic noises, but propagating using sphagnum moss in a takeout container. I've seen people do it, looked like fun. I wanted to try it with something that I didn't care what happened to it, so something cheap. And it's already got this little something growing in. I don't actually know, like, it looks like that might be a root. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It should be fun to see what happens to it. It's kind of nice to just do an experiment with something that I don't care about that much, but if it does grow, I'm sure I'm going to be super pumped and love this plant because I literally grew it from a stick. So we'll just see what happens. I'll definitely do an update on this if you're interested, for sure. I could do an update on all the cuttings, but they might not be for like a year or so because they might need some time to fully grow in. This right here might be the plant that I am most excited about. This is a skeleton key, and when I looked this one up, I just fell in love. It looks normal now, but as it climbs and gets bigger, the leaves look like keys. That's why it's called a skeleton key, and I just think they're so cool. They're a little bit creepy looking, but I think they're awesome, and I'm so excited to see this one get those weird leaves. I think I might, not on this wall, but I think I might put like a terracotta thing against the wall and then have it like grow up a pole or like a plank or something up a wall. There, it's hard to gesture behind me, but yeah, I think that would look so cool, and I'm so excited to see this one grow. Again, I'm probably most excited about this purchase compared to everything that I bought in August. I just love this plant. So in this little container, I have two plants, two cuttings. So this first one is a Syngonium Angustatum, and this was an impulse purchase, but it was also $1, so I don't feel that bad about it. But I just thought the leaves are really cool, and it's already put out a new leaf since I got it, and yeah, it has roots, and I really couldn't be happier with it. I'm sorry it's kind of hard to show, but yeah, I just think it's really cool. We'll see how it grows. I'm starting to really like Syngonium. I could see myself buying a lot more. And the other plant in here I will just take out. It also has roots. This is a Philodendron silver sword, I think, silver something. But yeah, it's this beautiful silvery color, and it was also an impulse purchase. So I've mentioned how much that I love prayer plants, and this was, I think, the first or second thing I bought in this plant purge, so I didn't quite go in order. But this is a Maranta silver band, and you can see there's just some beautiful sheen to this leaf. And this is the only plant, the only cutting that I bought from her that is still not rooting, which I'm kind of sad about. It's just taking its sweet time. I think it will still root, but yeah, if it doesn't, it wasn't expensive, but it's so beautiful. I've never seen one of these in person. I wasn't expecting the leaf to be so small when I bought it, but it should grow nicely into a big plant if all goes well. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it grows. All right, and lastly, I think this is the last cutting that I bought on this Facebook plant purge. This is a variegated Maranta, and again, beautiful. I could own so many prayer plants. I just love them. And this one has one, you can kind of see it, one little tiny long spindly root that it's put out. Maybe I can hold it up, but then it immediately just stuck to the bottom, so that didn't really work. Yeah, I think it'll grow quite nicely. This is more the size that I expected the silver band to be, so a little bit bigger. And I think I have one more plant to show you for all the plants that I've bought really in the last month and a half, but all of them were purchased in August. Here it is. You probably already saw it behind me, but this is a pretty big fiddly fig. It was like $17, and I don't have one yet. I have tons of other ficuses. I have a tiny, like, mini fiddly fig bambino, but I didn't have a regular one. And I actually really wanted to record a video where I explain the differences between the bambino and the regular. And now I'll actually be able to show you the two plants and kind of show you the differences. So yeah, this is the last plant that I bought, and I got a really good deal on it as well, which I love a good plant deal. I don't know, I do. I can't deny it. I love getting a good deal. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this plant haul. Even though I probably won't be buying that many more plants in September, I am sure I will buy more plants in the future. So if you want to see more plant hauls, feel free to subscribe, like this video, comment. If you own any of the plants that I showed today, please feel free to give me some advice because I'm new to pretty much every plant that I bought. So advice is always welcome, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!